Hello folks and welcome back to Rome Total War. I am Stepa and this is going to be part 3 of my Imperial campaign where I'm playing as Egypt, and it does feel good to be back. This is my second episode I'm recording since I've been back from my vacation and my long work week last week. So yeah, I did my Julii part 3 episode. I recorded that yesterday and I'm feeling like I'm getting back into the swing of things here. So yes, it does feel good. And we will be jumping right on into some action here with the Egyptian campaign. I set myself up in a position where I am ready to attack the Seleucids, not exactly this turn, but very, very soon. I have my son's army here, Khnumhotep, I'll get there, and he's going to be rejoining Tahotep, and they will be marching on Damascus soon. There's not much here. They do have a family member and a militia hoplite, and then something else. And then my faction heir, Hekemut, and then Kia are going to be rejoining or joining up with these forces here in Sidon, and then they will be marching on Antioch itself. There's a small Seleucid army here, very small, just peltasts, hoplites, and peasants, and beat up hoplites at that, so this army has gotten into a fight. And then Antioch itself, they have 2 militia cavalry. It's going to be a javelin cav, and then a mystery unit. I think I will pick Antioch to send my spy into, and then try to open the gates for that. I think that potentially could be the tougher of the 2 targets, although they're both very weak at the moment. And the way that the province of Antioch is set up is that there's this river here, and I can't pivot my camera, so it's hard for me to tell, but it looks like that bridge leads right on into the city, and I'm curious. I don't know the answer to this. What's it like attacking Antioch from the north? You know, is it like a bridge battle and a siege battle all in one? That would be very interesting. I know a little bit about the geography of Antioch just from learning about the First Crusade. It is a really tricky river position. It essentially kind of cuts your army deployment in half when you're trying to siege Antioch. That's historically and authentically that is. And yeah, it looks like in game it's sort of represented in a similar way. So I wonder what that siege battle looks like. I have no idea. And that is pertinent because I intend on defending Antioch potentially from attacks from the north at some point. So, or very soon, should I say. For this though, I will be attacking from the south, which is much, much better. And this river does have a crossing right here, which I think is a good place for me to put down a fort, just so that I can, you know, plop down anyone, really. I can plop down a mercenary or a Nubian spearman in that fort, and then just hold any potential reinforcements from coming from the Seleucid town. I don't know the name of this town, but yeah, over here. And then further afield here as well. So that's an idea. And then there's also like a little opening here between the bottom of the river and then the mountains. So that might be a place to put a fort. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Because they would have to travel down this valley to get to Jerusalem. Or they could kind of squeeze through here and then attack Sidon. So it might be worth putting a fort there, at least, you know, temporarily. Yeah, I'll think about it. I like using the forts. They feel very natural and they feel very useful. So let's see. I have a diplomat up here who has some movement points. I want to send him to go talk to the Pontics who are up in this region. However, I'm kind of tempted to leave him in this neighborhood for just for now. Just so that I can continue spying on Tarsus, which has 2 peasants and a militia hoplite. So really not much would be coming from Tarsus to, you know, help reinforce Antioch. They do have a boat here. What do they have? It's just 1 boat? Okay. And my navy is on its way to Salamis so that it can pick up these 2 Nubian spears and this 1 skirmisher unit. And they can come back to the mainland and help out in our fights here. Yeah, as I said, the spy is going to move into Antioch soon, but right now I'm using him to keep an eye. I want to just, you know, I want to see more stuff for now. But I will move him into Antioch when the time comes. And then down here, I don't have much down here. I think I have you, Amos, is moving around, setting up watchtowers. And I have no other... Yeah, no one else, just peasants that I'm training up to bolster my public order in these provinces. I have a diplomat on the way. I want him just to keep an eye on the Nubian. Is it not their capital? I thought this was a capital. Maybe it's not. But I can still just keep an eye on the Nubians. And I like having a diplomat there just so that I can always talk to them if I need to. And then you can... This is a rebel town up here, like here, I think. So I don't think there's any reason to talk to them. But I think that it's probably a good idea to keep moving on so that I could talk to Carthage at some point. And maybe get some map information and trade rights from them. And this is the end of this turn, so I've already spent the money that I had to spend. It looks like I'm going all in for the upgraded mines here in Thebes, and I'm continuing to train peasants in these provinces. It's my understanding, I can't remember if I've already said this before in this campaign, but it's my understanding that you essentially want, if I go into here, so garrison will only ever account for 80% of the public order. It will never go higher than 80%. And it's, I think the magic number is 1 unit per 1,000 population. But that's, oh, my numbers are all off now because I did switch up to using whatever unit scale this is called. It's called, is it large? And then the next step up is called huge, maybe? Can't remember. But I'm used to playing at the next step up of unit scale, and at that scale, it's my understanding that you want 1 unit of peasants for every 1,000 people that you have in a city, and that will keep you maxed out on your 80% garrison potential. So in this case, I still have plenty to go. Like I have 3, I'm recruiting a 4th one. This is in Memphis, so I could, based on my old calculations, I would need 7 peasants in this settlement, but now it changes. I would need more now, wouldn't I? Yeah, again, for those of you who are new to this game, it is just based on the number of men in a unit, so peasants are a very good unit to train for a garrison because they come in the largest unit size while also being cheap, and their upkeep is cheap as well. So yeah, that's good, and that's also like why I think there is value in training smaller units to use as fort garrisons, because, you know, using peasants for fort garrisons seems a little bit dodgy just because you're getting another 120-man unit. Although with the Egyptians, I guess it doesn't really matter because, yeah, you're getting a 120... No, the Nubian spears are 80. Yeah, they are. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was thinking playing as the Romans, it's nice to have the town watch because they're smaller than peasant units, so you're taking less men who could be paying taxes and making you more money, but in this case, yeah, Nubian spears will do the trick for my fortress garrisons. And peasants will just be staying in the settlements to, yeah, just keep my population happy, and that's going to be it. So it looks like I'm building roads in Memphis and Alexandria, the upgraded mines in Thebes. Jerusalem is going to be the paved roads as well. Sidon paved roads. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of money coming in, because that's where you start making money, is the paved roads. You don't make money off of basic roads, you just make money off the paved roads, and then if you're the Romans, you can build highways as well. And I think we're already making pretty good money too, so that's going to be a really nice influx of money. So do I want to move you out more? I kind of want... I can move out a bit more, just to get more vision. Ah, yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah. This is what I wanted to see. I'm glad I moved him. I can keep an eye on Tarsus while also seeing a little bit of this mountain pass here. So we have a family member, a 2-star general, and then militia cavalry, but then 5 mystery units. But at least I know that they are here, and they could potentially, you know, reinforce Antioch, but I intend on, you know, keeping my cards close to my chest until the very last moment. I can, you know, obviously reach Damascus from this area, and then I will be able to reach Antioch from my own border too. So it's a really like tough spot for the Seleucids to be in. And I'm curious to see where this army is going to be in 2 turns, because yeah, they might move out of my way. Otherwise, I might have to deal with them first before moving on. But yeah, I think, what else do I want to do? Like, check my tax rates, see if that's all good. Yeah, like, I don't want to do that. I don't want red faces. I want, well, that's as good as it gets. Yep, very high, very high. Low. Do I want better? Nope, I can't do better. Can't do it. Yeah, same. And very high is perfect. Perfect. And I think that's it, eh? Yeah, you've already moved. You've already moved. And these guys can't move any further. You can't move any further.
Orders?
Okie dokie. Let's drop a save and let's move on here. Yeah, the army is moving out of the way, and the bigger army looks like it's coming closer, so that's not great. And what do we got here? Oops. Let's see. Yeah, losing 2,600, but we still have 4 grand in the treasury, so that's okay. Got some buildings finished up here, and yep, peasants, skirmishers, and Nubian spears. So let's link you up with you, and that's a pretty gosh darn, I mean, considering that that's like half of my forces, that's pretty gosh darn good. Yeah. So now, let's bring you up to, I don't really want to trespass, but maybe actually stay on the road.
Onward.
And he looks like he's, like, is the foot on the border, like my side of the border, is that okay? Am I trespassing? I don't want to trespass. I don't want to clue them in and let them know that I'm not here. So how is this gonna go? Is this gonna be okay? Recruit peasants. That's still sometimes recruiting a unit because it immediately takes a population out. Sometimes that does the trick, but in this case, 70%. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, well, I think I have to leave one of you guys behind. What do I want to leave? I have 5 Nubian spears plus 6, 2 javelins, a bunch of archers. Probably leave one of the javelins behind. That's probably what I want to do. Okay. That feels okay. Let's see. You can continue moving down. And you can continue moving in that direction. And you may be, yeah. Just take a little baby step. I want to keep Tarsus in, I want to be able to continue to seize Tarsus. Ooh, Pontic diplomat, come talk to me. Let's go talk to him. He's right there. So trade rights, map information for map information, and can we get any money from you? 1,000? Can we do it? Would you give us 1,000 denarii? No. They want everything. They just won't have to pay. So let's see if we can convince them. And the Pontic diplomat was able to haggle the price down to 300 denarii, which, you know what, I will take. And, yeah, I do wonder, because I think I have talked about this before, maybe in this campaign or my Julia campaign, but it is my understanding that when it comes to negotiations, the experience of a diplomat only affects things when there's money involved on one side of the negotiation. So this might like be one of those circumstances where he sort of out-diplomacied me, right? You know, he has 5 experience, I have 4, and that might be how he was able to get it down, you know, that much more. Whereas if I had more than him, maybe I could have gotten like 500 or 750 or something off of him. Anyway, I got what I wanted, really. I got my, you know, map information, which I always like to see. So they have these 2 settlements here and here. Looks like these are both large towns. Yeah, I think so. And then that's all the Pontics start with, I think. Oh, they did take this. I don't think they start with this. Yeah, the Pontics are such a cool faction. I love their unit roster. It just looks so neat. That's kind of like, do I want to go talk to the Greeks? I should. I should, but let's like hang out in the vicinity. Again, just to keep an eye on Tarsus for now. And when I move my spy over to Antioch, he will be able to keep an eye on Tarsus, so then I can move my diplomat on over to, is this Pergamon? Is this what that is? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I would like to talk to the Greeks as well to get the same thing, map information and trade rights. That would be groovy. Groovy to me. Okay, is there anything for me to build then? Let's see, you can build something here in Sidon. And I have not built a temple yet here in Sidon. Okay. Now I think if I remember, this is going back a couple of weeks, but if I remember correctly, so I went with Isis here and in Salamis, and that was a bit of a controversial choice, I think, because Isis, I keep wanting to use my mouse scroll on these menus. That's gonna take me a while. Yeah. So this is kind of an interesting thing. Like Salamis, in many ways, probably should have gotten Imhotep because Imhotep does give trade goods. Yes, it does. It gives trade goods at the highest level, and that's obviously going to increase the income from a province that's going to be like really heavy in trade goods, like Salamis. Salamis already has purple dye and timber, and is that something else? Yeah, copper as well. So you would think that would be really good, and it probably is the way to go. But I sort of want to experiment also, because I know like Isis has the 10% law, which is going to reduce corruption. And that's also a lot of money. Like the money that you lose via corruption is in the hundreds. And so what's more, an increase in trade goods or a decrease in corruption? I don't know. I do not have enough time in this game to know. Is that my highest law building? No, I get law from Osiris as well. So I chose... Did I choose Isis for the population growth, perhaps? Is that why I went in that direction? Yeah, it might be. Or maybe I was just trying stuff out. Yeah, that's Imhotep. And Imhotep's good. It gives the experience bonus to troops as well. But I'm not going to be training anything in Salamis, so I think that's another reason why I felt okay about doing this. And then Set has a lot of law. Has a 25% law. But again, only the 1% population growth bonus. Oh, yeah. And then 25% law here as well in, was this Horus? And this also upgrades the weapons and armor. Okay. I think, yeah, for one thing, I'm just kind of trying stuff out here. And so I could have gone with a place with a better law. A law bonus here in Salamis, but yeah, I think I was going Isis just for experimentation slash, it does have that decent population growth bonus at the final tier, so it's going to be a while. Do I want to build anything in the meantime? Land clearance also, yes, it's going to give, both of these buildings are going to give population growth bonus. And I'm almost there to a large town. I'm at 1,800 people, and I need 2,000 to grow this to a large town. And once I get to the large town, I can build a port, and that's when Salamis starts making just a humongous amount of money. So what's going to give me the bigger bonus? Trader, so population growth is going to boost by 0.5%. And money, I'm not going to get any money right now, because I think that's going to kick in once I get that port going. So how about land clearance? Land clearance is going to give me that 0.5, so same as the trader, but I'm going to get some money as well. I'm going to get, yeah, a little bit down here. Corruption, yeah, I'm going to lose 7 denarii via corruption, but I will be getting, yeah, like 60-ish. So let's go with the land clearance here in Salamis. Sidon. I didn't choose anything, did I? No, I did not. Alright, Sidon. I think I want to get Imhotep. Yeah, because Horus is the weapons bonus, weapons and armor, and then Imhotep is the experience. So I can use Jerusalem and Sidon to be a troop producing region here. They can be trained up in one province and then brought to the other to be retrained to get both of the bonuses from both temples. And I think I'm going to be doing the same thing down here in Memphis and Alexandria, right? So Memphis has Horus and Alexandria doesn't have anything. I didn't build a temple here yet, have I? Okay. Well, I think that's going to be Imhotep here in Alexandria as well. And then Thebes has Set. Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, let's go ahead and get Imhotep here. Here in Sidon. And then you're building something. You are not building anything here in Memphis. Port's not going to give me anything. Port's going to be here on the Red Sea, and I'm not going to make any money off of that until I own this province here, so may as well hold off on that. Sewers could increase health bonus and, you know, population loyalty and all that good stuff. Execution Square would be the same thing. Temple of Horus as well is option. Stables would give me a desert cav. Getting some desert cav doesn't seem like a bad idea either. Because right now my only fast units that I can get access to are my generals units, which are, you know, they're all chariots, which is fine, but, you know, it'd be nice to get some cav out as well. I know the Egyptian cavalry roster isn't the strongest. It's pretty much goes from light to medium. And I think that calling their decent cav medium is pretty generous as well, but I think it might serve a role. The Desert Cav in particular, I believe it does have a bonus versus armor. They do carry axes. I don't think every unit that has an axe has that bonus. It can be a bit confusing. For instance, like the Desert Infantry or the Desert Axemen, I think is a unit that's available to the Egyptians. I think that's a unit that some people mistake for having a bonus versus armor. If I remember correctly, and this is going back a little while, when I looked in the game files, the Desert Axemen, I don't think they have that bonus versus armor, or that armor piercing stat, but I think the Desert Cavalry do. So getting stables here in Memphis is not the worst idea. Archery range, I think a lot of folks might like to rush the archery range just to pump out archers. Yeah, yeah, archers are good, aren't they? But I feel like a bigger gap in my army isn't skirmishers, it's cav. Right? Like, not having cavalry is my gap. That's the thing that I can't get. Skirmishers, well, yeah, I can train skirmishers and I can train slingers. Are bowmen better? Sure, yeah, in some ways they are. But, you know, not having any cavalry at all seems like a bigger gap in my army roster. Market doesn't seem like it's going to be too vital. Gives me a 46 increase to my income, and I think it does allow me to train spies. That would be nice as well, but again, yeah, not the most important thing in the world. I probably won't be getting the communal farming here, in any of these regions, at least down here, just because they all have the grain resource, and that already gives them a huge boost to their population growth. So getting any more farming upgrades down here probably isn't wise, just because that's going to make my population growth just go insane, and that's not what I want. Execution Square, yeah, the bonus due to law, 10%, that's nice. And then 5% for public health bonus. Yeah, let's get the stables. Well, let's get the stables. Let's get some desert cavalry going. Yeah, there is fine. There's fine. So everyone is building buildings. And then you are ready to attack in the next turn. You are also ready to attack in the next turn. You... you can come on
None shall see me.
over here. And yeah, we got some vision on this guy hanging out. Ooh, got some Seleucian pirates. Now that's a pretty crazy unit. Yeah, they're kind of scary. They throw these like harpoons at you. It's kind of insane. They're like, I think it's like basically pilum. Most javelins in this game are not armor piercing, but the pilum used by the Romans are. And then I think their little harpoon things are pretty, I think they're armor piercing as well. And then I think they're pretty good in melee as well. Yeah, so listen, that's a scary unit. Gosh darn. And then 3 units of hoplites, 2 militia cavalry, 2 peasants, and then 1 peltist. Yeah, decent little force, but no general. Are they gonna go inside Antioch? Huh. Golly, that would be a little bit annoying. Yeah, that would be a little bit annoying. Are they Seleucids? I just need to keep dropping saves. I'm just so paranoid. They're not at war with anyone. So, I wonder what their thought process is.
Awaiting your command.
Well, I have a little bit of money left to spend. Ooh, yeah, let's not forget to do this as well. Yeah, you come on over, and then you, and then you, and then you.
Orders?
Hop on the boat, and then the boat can come back over, and then you guys, oh, this is wow, that's great. They get to contribute into, yeah, the conquest. And then this boat can come down here, and then Salamis can,
No more moves, sire.
yeah, lower taxes a little bit. Should I train some peasants here? Garrison 45%, so yeah, I should train up a unit of peasants to help out there. And peasants here in Sidon, yep, that's good. And yeah, I guess I should get some peasants here as well. Do that, and public order. Let's see, is it time?
Mighty general.
So I have 6 Nubian spears. So let's bring this skirmisher up, and then how are we looking? 95%? Yeah, I should probably keep that Nubian spear there until that peasant unit is trained up. That's probably the play. And then, yeah, let's keep checking on this. So what do we have here? So garrison 45%, so we need to keep training peasants. Memphis, we're looking at a 45%. So train more peasants there. And Alexandria, we're looking at a 35%. So yes, more peasants. And then you...
Mighty general.
Yeah, why don't you just come up here?
Onward. Build tower.
And I like to pretty much put towers on all of my borders, on all of the corners of my borders. Might be a little bit excessive, but I like it. I just like having the coverage, really. I just like having the vision. And that goes for in here as well. Like, for anyone that watches the way that I play Shogun or Medieval, I like to see what's going on, I really do. And I will spend the money that it takes to do this. I don't like having any blind spots on my provinces. You know, because you might think, like, this is my province, right? Well, no, it might not be your province, because there might be bandits hanging out, or, yeah, other factions, armies hanging out that you don't know about. Now, down here, not so much, but still, you want to see what's going on in your province. It's important to know these things. It's important to see your lands. And I think that's a neat thing in this game. It kind of rewards you for being fastidious, and like it's kind of like my jam, you know? Like, yeah, I want to know everything and see everything, and kind of be like a what do you call it? What do you call it when you're taking care of your lands? There's a trait. Oh, there's a trait in Medieval that is the word that I'm trying to think of, but I'll think of it. But yeah. It's got like being a nurturer. Oh, what is it called? What's it called when you... I'll think of it. I'll think of the word. But I think we're done. I think we're done with this turn. Just have to tinker a little bit with taxes, but I think that everything is looking good. And Can that go up a little bit? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Very high and then very high. So we are just now ready to drop another save and get on into the next turn. Okay, that big Seleucid army just came right down and parked itself right in front of my big army. So, huh. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, the good news is I get to fight them outside of the settlement instead of inside the settlement, so that's good. Alright, how are we doing? We're making some money? Hell yeah, making 25 denarii. How about that? And yep, got some buildings, got some peasants, an alliance between Armenia and the Seleucids. Okay, well, yes, again, for those of you who don't know, the Armenians, we see one of their settlements up here. And then they have another one somewhere. Is it like here-ish? Is it here? 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 I don't know. But yeah, let's fight these guys. It's the same army that I just looked at. I don't think there's any more mysteries uncovered here. Yeah, what do we have? So 3 militia hoplites, Pell test, 2 cav. The Cilician pirates, yeah, that's the scariest unit. And I mean, I have a full stack, so they might even run away from me. They might not fight. But I can just get my... So I have a 100% chance of getting into the Seleucid capital here. So let's go inside. What do we have? A 4-star general, and he is the faction leader, actually. Okay. Let's see here. +1 valor to the general's bodyguard. So his bodyguard unit's going to be pretty tough. And anything else about him? Let's see. Nothing else when it comes to battles. And he's 62, so he's actually not going to last too long. And then 2 units of militia cavalry. Okay, that's that. And I think that my spy is now giving me vision of Tarsus, so now I feel a bit better about... Who are you? Are you a Seleucid diplomat? Okay. Let's just continue to send my diplomat over in this area so that I can go talk to the Greeks. Yeah, so that battle is going to be happening, and then, yeah, and you guys will be attacking Damascus. Let's see, boats are hanging out. I think I want to... Oh yeah, we got some bandits down here. So 1 peasant and then something else that I don't know about. And the bandits down here in like my Egyptian provinces can have chariots. Like it's like no joke sometimes. They're like, holy shit, guys. You know, so yeah, you have to kind of watch out. So there's no mercenaries here in this province. So let's go here, and still no mercenaries. Okay, that's not good. Golly. Let's see. I guess I need to train some stuff. What can I train in Thebes? I can train the same exact stuff in Thebes and Memphis. So I may as well... Yeah, let's get... Unit sizes are the same, right? It's all 80 men, right? 80 men, 80 men, okay. Yeah, let's get some Nubian spears there, and let's get... Yeah, I don't know what they have. Do I want slingers, or do I want peltasts? If they have chariots, I want peltasts, but...
Sire!
So let's do that. Are they cheaper? No, the slingers are cheaper. Yeah, let's get the skirmishers. I keep calling them peltasts, but... Yes, let's get those guys. And yeah, sure. I think those 3 units together should be able to beat those bandits. Or what are they called? Brigands. Brigands.
Sire?
Sire? Yes, you move. You move. Go find Carthage. Now I think it's time for a shrine to Imhotep here in Alexandria. So let's get that going, and... Jerusalem is fine. Maybe get some more... Maybe get some more peasants there. for garrison purposes. And then Sidon as well. Probably want to do the same thing. Yeah, because I want my... wrong button. Because I want my garrison bonus to be as high as possible. Like, that's something that will allow me to pump up my taxes. Actually, they are all... no, they're low, yeah. Yeah, so that's something that I'm going to want to do. And Sidon can also build up something here. Let's see, what do we want to do? Practice range, let's see, that's land clearance. Yes, I want to get this. I want at least the tier 1. The tier 1 farm building seems like a good get. And they're at 5,500, so yeah, just 500 off from getting up to being a small city, I think is the next, yeah, minor city, I believe is the next building. And then Salamis, what do you need? Anything? Probably some more peasants. Garrison to 80%. So 80% on 2 peasants at 1,700. So it's basically a peasant unit per 1,000 on this unit scale as well. Right? That's a little bit curious. I would have thought that it would have required more peasants. Huh. Yeah, that's a little bit strange. I'm not sure if I'm like reading that right. Sometimes I get confused, but yeah, that looks like that's what I'm reading. But yeah, let's start a war, eh? Like enough dilly-dallying. Let's fight some Seleucids. And I think this is going to be my first battle in this campaign, right? So yeah, you've already moved. I have a spy in Antioch. Let's see if these guys... So they did retreat. We have a war started between Egypt and the Seleucids. Yes, yes. Threats to the honor and glory of the pharaoh have led us to war with these people. Yeah, that's why we're attacking.
Mighty general.
Yeah, let's fight these guys. We outnumber them almost 2-1, and yes, we've seen their army a couple of times. The fact that they have 2 peasants really just pads their numbers out, but yeah, let's get into it.
Victory is near at hand. If all do their duty, we will profit from today. Bend your backs to your tasks, and all will be well. Now to arms. Harden your hearts and think of your loved ones. Think of all who wish to see you again. Think of these and we will have victory!
I must say, I do think that the Egyptian voice work for the speeches, well, I mean, I guess the writing for the speeches, it just doesn't go into as much detail as the Roman speeches, eh? I wonder if that's true for all non-Roman factions, because the Roman factions will talk about like strategy and the matchups and the terrain and like all sorts of stuff and like the history between you know, the 2 factions that are fighting, and then with the Egyptian speeches it's like barely anything. It's like 2 lines, right? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's just like a Roman thing. Do the Romans just have to get the best speeches? So this is kind of nice. We can potentially kind of line up. We can try to take a flank on the high ground. Gosh, I haven't fought a battle. I feel like it's been a while since I fought a battle in this. No, I just fought battles yesterday when I was playing as my Julia campaign. But yeah, I still feel rusty. This is different. This is something that Medieval and Total War, or Medieval and Shogun did not have. They didn't have like this like boulder terrain or the rocky terrain, which it does matter because your chariots, I mean specifically your chariots, really do struggle with kind of, you know, staying in formation and going through this rocky terrain, and your other units as well, you know, cavalry and infantry. This will kind of slow down units moving through there. So I like this. I like this rocky terrain. It does matter, it seems. In this case, it seems like there's a little bit of it over there as well. So trying to like flank through that with my chariots probably won't be the best idea. And then on this side, we have a cool little thingy there. And then, yeah, a lot of rocky terrain in this area. A lot of rocky terrain. And then what is that? It's just old structure, old ruins. Yeah, there's some rocky terrain. Yeah, there's some rocky terrain out in that deployment zone as well. Okay. Well, still, I think we can maybe sort of manage to get a somewhat of a high ground in this battle. Now, I'm thinking about putting my skirmishers out front, and then... I really like how you can form your own individual, or your, like, unique, army formations in this game. That's a really, really cool thing that you can't, like, you know, do in Shogun or Medieval. So yeah, that's kind of messing me up a little bit there, but I think what I want to do is do this the manual way, because this is another thing where I think it's better if you get these guys right next. See, yeah, I haven't done this in a while, but I think it's worth taking the time to get the spearmen right next to each other, and then yeah, then you can just group the units together, or group the formation together, and then move them all as one, which is a really, really nice touch in this game. And I think this looks pretty good here. Yeah, get the lines nice and neat, and the Nubian spears are shoulder to shoulder, which should help out with their low morale, keeping them this close so that units can't get around and flank them. Feels pretty good. The skirmishers are the skirmishers are going to be left on skirmish mode so that they can run away. I think the skirmish mode in this game works okay. And then I will take skirmish mode off for the archers, so they will stand and shoot their bows. And then, yeah, I'll just keep all of the chariots together. They take up a lot of space, so they're kind of a unit that is there a better? I wonder if there's a better formation. Yeah, like I kind of like that better. Makes them a bit more compact, and it keeps the general back a little bit, so yeah, I think I like that. So let's go ahead and start. And where are they at? Oh, they're up there. Jesus. So much for my high ground. Yeah, they really just got up in a place that I could not, I was not able to get up there. Okay, well, I don't think they have any archers. And I do have archers. Not only do I have archers, but I have... Let's see, are you guys gonna... Oh, this is one of those formations that, like, switches. No, I don't like that. I wanted to stay like that, where... Yeah, that's unfortunate. Sometimes when you have these unit formations, they will, like, switch. So in this case, I want it so that the two are in front and the general's in the back. But sometimes it will switch so that the general's in front and the other two are in the back, which is super annoying. I don't like that at all, but... Yeah, it's gonna be fine, I think. And they don't have any archers, so I can just kind of take my time here. And yeah, let's just get an even ground first. Okay, yes. Militia cavalry moving forward a little bit. Got some peasants moving forward as well. And some peltasts, so it looks like they might want to do a little bit of skirmishing with us. So, this is where our chariot general and chariot, or archer chariots can, like, come into play here. Still a little bit out of range. Let's just... I don't like this formation. Let's just have you guys do that. And I need to get a new keyboard. My shift button is pretty, it's pretty bad. Oh, it keeps getting stuck. Yeah, still out of range there. And my guys are still getting formed up. So let's not make any moves until we are formed up. My formation is very, well, formation dependent. Whereas, like, the Romans, true to real life, had more flexible sort of formations. You kind of really need your peltasts, or not your peltasts, but your hoplites to be facing the right way and in the right direction, formed up together. You really need your skirmishers, you know, in the places where they're going to be most useful as well. So it is more plotting, and I like it. I like it a lot. I like that the differences between the units and the the army rosters. I think it's really neat to have these differences in play. And I learned the... so I learned with chariots, like... You know, with cavalry, you can play them like really close to your infantry and be in really close support just because they don't take up a lot of space and, well, I mean, they're easy to maneuver. Chariots are a little bit kind of like, yeah, they need space, like a lot of space. They take up space, they're spaced out, they're big things, they're kind of, you know, they get kind of stuck on stuff sometimes. And the first time I ran chariots like through my men to get to something else, it wasn't on purpose. I just kind of was like, go get them, and they just ran through my own guys, and all my guys were like on the ground, and I was like, oh my god, I killed all of my men. Whereas, you know, with cavalry, you don't lose any men by charging through your own formations. Now, I had a heart attack, but then when I got over that heart attack, I realized, okay, I didn't actually kill any of my own men. Thank freaking God. But it was terrifying. I like screamed, you know, I was like, oh, like, no. I just thought I killed everyone because they're all like on the ground, like getting plowed over by chariots. Oh God. So luckily that doesn't kill your own soldiers when that happens. You still don't want it to happen because you don't want your men to be on the ground. You want your men to be on their feet, where they can fight. So like, yeah, it's still very disruptive, but yeah, thank God it doesn't kill your own guys because that would just be so like, so tricky. Yeah, that'd be very tricky to deal with. So in summary, I think that chariots work a lot better when they're rather far away from your infantry support, which is something that I need to get used to. Like I said, I like having my cavalry close to my infantry so that they can be more of like a symbiotic thing and support each other. I think that's sort of where the Egyptian cavalry roster comes into play. Looks like they might be moving towards us, so you guys can start running because I want them to be, in the battle. And then are you guys formed up? Yep, let's just keep moving forward. Yeah, I think the cavalry can act as a good like in-between, right? Whereas I keep my chariots as far away from my infantry so that I don't disrupt to them, but I don't want them isolated, and I think that this is where a nice cavalry wing would be. Some nice desert cav or Nile cavalry. They can support the chariots, they can support the infantry. I like that. I like that idea. Because yes, the chariots, they kind of need some space. They're a little special like that. They kind of need their own. Like this is kind of perfect in my opinion. Just kind of being way out on the side where they can maybe poke with their arrows, but they're fast enough so that they can also support the infantry as well. Now, not ideal in the sense that they would be charging uphill. That's not ideal. But yeah, I don't want to really march them through the rocks. That seems kind of stupid. And I wonder, are we going to get a fight here, or is this army just going to be all weird? Militia cavalry is making a wide loop-de-doo right here, and let's see, are my guys able to start firing at them? Yeah, they can start shooting, and they're also in range as well. My archer chariots can start shooting at the militia hoplites down there. So that should all be good. And then here, are we shooting at peasants? Yeah, we're shooting at peasants. Or no, those are the Seleucian pirates. Okay, that's actually, yeah, great. Yes, yes, destroy them, please. Please and thank you. Looks like we got a little bit of a sandstorm coming in. Yeah, this is pretty scary stuff. Those militia cavalry just got absolutely wiped. Let's see if we can get a little chasey poo on them. Might be a little bit close to the red line. I'm not sure about that. But if we want to continue shooting at those militia hoplites, that would be grand. And then, do we want to march? Yeah, all those Seleucian pirates are dead, but my archers are still in range, are you? In range of something. Yeah, looks like they're just shooting peasants, but the militia hoplites might be moving up to be shot next. Yep. Yes, they are. And yes, looks like we've chased to the red line here. So let's move you back and perhaps get a little bit closer. I'm rusty, guys. Man, I am just really like. Yeah, let's see. Okay, they wanna come tangle, eh? I mean, my guys would destroy them, right? Like my chariots would destroy their militia cavalry, right? I think they would. But yeah, we're gonna start just really laying a beat down on these militia hoplites with our... Do we have any ammo? Yeah, we do have some javelins left. And you guys can move up a little bit, and then you guys can do like that. What do we got here? Peltests, militia hoplites, peasants. Yeah, you can charge the peltests, I think. Is there any scary stuff up here? Yeah, don't, okay, never mind, don't charge quite yet. Because peltests do have a bonus. Let's see, do I want to charge peasants? Maybe. And are my archers shooting at their militia hoplites? Yes, we are. And those guys are routing, so I kind of want to send another dude to chase down them. Yeah, these guys are all look like they're running away. So let's move up with my infantry corps, and they might be ready to like go all in here with their militia cavalry. So let's turn around and try to get a little charge on them.
The enemy general flees like a frightened child.
There we go, there we go. And what is left? So yeah, some militia hoplites. And let's continue to the battle. And let's try to mop as many of these guys as we can, so that we can try to make this army disappear. And there we go. Enemy general is dead. And then let's send our light infantry to chase down these militia hoplites, while our chariots mop up the rest. Let's just run down the last of these militia hoplites and get them off the field. And the last peltest is that peltest or a peasant? Peasant, yep. And there we go. So a pretty easy battle. Hopefully we didn't lose too many men. We ended up not even needing to use our Nubians, and yes, we did lose 25 guys. We should have destroyed their army if there's only 25 men remaining from them. And I want to see casualties healed. So we got 2 casualties healed by the Libyan mercenaries. Okay, interesting. And casualties sustained. So the Libyan mercenaries, they took the most amount. Okay. Just something I want to keep an eye out for experimentation purposes.
Victory!
Yes, victory. Hey. And I think I want to go right on in
Mighty general.
and lay a siege to Antioch. So how many battering rams can we get here? Jesus, a ton of battering rams. Maintain that siege. How long would it last? 6 turns before it surrenders. But I think that was a big part of the power of the Seleucids in this region. And then this army can come up here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. And then what do they have here? So 2 militia hoplites, 2 mystery units, and then the character there. And then down here. Okay, so yeah, this just happened in this turn. Got it. Now that we are set up to take Damascus and Antioch, in the next turn, I know I did say I was going to do this in this episode, but I think that fighting these 2 sieges, siege battles, they have to be methodical, you know, you have to take your time, even in a certain victory, you know, you still don't want to be losing too much. It's a lesson that I learned while playing Medieval. It took some time before I was really coached in a way to kind of make me understand that these siege battles, it's like surgery, you know, you really have to be methodical about it and really peel back the layers. And yeah, making surgery sound really gross, but I'm sure it probably is. But yeah, you have to, you know, you don't want to like rush into this stuff, and that might seem obvious. But I think that the temptation sometimes is to think like, hey, there's only like nothing there, just rush in. But then if you lose too much, it feels really bad, you know. And then sometimes if you lose, that feels really, really bad, because you know that you should have won that battle. That's a lesson that I learned a lot in Medieval Total War. It took me time to learn those lessons. So sieges, I don't like rushing them, and I do like taking my time with them. So this is going to be where I leave it off for this episode. And once I take these two provinces, if we look down here at the minimap, I mean, yeah, this is Damascus and that's Antioch. So that leaves the Seleucid Empire just cut in half. These two provinces to the east they would own, and then these two provinces to the west here in Anatolia they would own, but they would be separated by me. So that puts them in a pretty tough spot indeed. And considering that both of my armies are pretty much almost full stacks, that's a lot of manpower for the Seleucids to deal with this stage of the campaign. I don't know how they do it. I'm really curious to play my own Seleucid campaign someday. It looks super fun, and I'm looking forward to the challenge when that day comes. Down here, we will be handling these bandits as well. These brigands. I have to call them brigands, not bandits. It's probably the same thing, but still. They will be dealt with when the time comes, but you know what? That is all going to have to wait until next time. As always, I hope you have enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching. This has been Concept playing Rome Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.